it's nice that we played well. Obviously, we probably caught Wisconsin on a good day, to be honest with you. But I think each game presents its own set of challenges. Michigan is really good. I think they're a clear bona fide NCAA tournament team. I don't even think it's a question mark, and I think they're a team that can advance. So they present a ton of challenges in their own right.
Do you take certain aspects of like what you guys did well,
sure,
things like that, to let's build on these habits? Or
sure, yeah, sure, and we'll we've got film set up. We'll kind of review that with them, on things we did well and things we need to improve on. You want to reinforce those things and see if we can continue to kind of grow and do some of the same things. A lot of that was guys really doing their jobs effectively. But again, Monday night will be a different game in a lot of ways.
Specifically, what is it that Michigan does that presents such a challenge for you guys?
It's a typical Michigan team. They've got they're obviously really well coached. They are really talented, I think last year, obviously, they had multiple pros in their lineup. I think certainly this group has a chance for that as well. We all know about the big fella and how talented and skilled and versatile he is. But they've got obviously Matthews, the transfer, who's playing really well for them. They've got some freshmen playing really well, and they have some returning guys that have went to a Sweet 16 and done some things. So their ability to spread you out, to make shots, to play downhill in transition, to play inside out, and their length. They've got good size and good positional length. They're just across the board a really complete team. It's no question one of the best teams we've played all year.
You talked about how this stretch is one of the toughest you'd ever faced. How do you assess your team where you're at with one game left in this kind of really brutal stretch that you've had?
Yeah, I think a lot of good stuff has come out of it. Obviously, we've had some frustrating moments, but we've also had some pleasant moments and some good moments as well. We'll see how we finish this stretch, but certainly pleased with how we responded yesterday. And then we'll see if we can just continue to build off of it really into the coming weeks. Can we take some of the feedback that we've gotten from our play and from the games, and can we grow and build upon that as we move forward? That's really the challenge for us. Why else would you play these games if you weren't taking that from it? So that's a really good thing. That's why I like to play an early, challenging schedule. I don't know that I'd have done this. And if I'd have drawn it up and said, okay, I don't know that I'd have done this, but you like playing for those reasons.
Given how the Butler game, Clemson game ended, was it kind of refreshing to have a Wisconsin game that just goes so well for you guys? Was that almost needed for your guys just to keep the confidence going?
Probably, yeah. I think it's probably a confidence boost for them. They played, our older guys led the way again, and they played exceptionally well. And I think also they followed the game plan with great detail in terms of how we wanted to defend, which was really important. And I think that shows kind of a buy-in, which is really important. So that's good. I think that's good for us to respond. Again, I don't. Not every. That was one of the most unique games I've ever been a part of, to be quite honest. In 7 years of being a head coach, I don't know that certainly one of the most unique league games I've ever been a part of. I can only remember one other one like that, and it was at home in my first year as a head coach. This one was just really unique.
What was that game? Who did you play?
We played on senior day. It was Gardner-Webb versus High Point. Many of you saw that on TV and watched that probably. Followed that closely.
Saw the highlights.
Yeah, that's right. That was would have been six plus years ago. That was kind of the last one that where I just am like, wow, this is almost surreal in terms of we had a lot of stuff go well for us, and they probably look at it and say they had some things not go well for them. So it's just unique. You have very few like that, right, in your career.
Do you lean on Andrew at all for scouting? going into tomorrow?
You know, Andrew's pretty perceptive, but they run a lot of different stuff. And in a one-day prep, you know, people always talk about one-day prep for a team like Princeton. I would say a one-day prep for Michigan is equally, if not more difficult because of all of the things they do and how they play. You know, one thing you know about Andrew Dakich is he's more than willing to give you his opinion. So you know, he's not one that's going to sit back and wait for you to ask. So I'm sure, you know, he's had some conversations already with all of us as coaches.
What do you think about it? Just kind of an interesting situation for him. I mean, kind of like, I guess, you Butler in a way, where so quickly you got to face a team that you just spent a couple of years with. I mean, what do you? With
him, you're saying?
With him to go face Michigan.
You know, I don't. He probably has some similar feelings knowing those guys, and you know, even though Andrew, you know, did not play a lot in his time there, really, you know, he kind of played in some emergency situations and various times throughout his career. He was still a really, I think, important part of their team and their culture, and how he did things. And obviously for this group, for us, his role is dramatically increased, and he continues to have an impact as well on us. So I'm sure he'll have some interesting feelings that he'll go through.
You mentioned the difficulty in preparing for Michigan. Given the one day, is it more about what you guys do in a game like that then?
I think so. You know, you're balancing what we do, not overdoing it with our guys, giving them a good feel for Michigan. But we do have to prepare and try to put in a game plan that we feel confident in them executing. But you're always worried about overwhelming them too much with what we have, because they have a lot to prepare for. They do. And at the end of the day, you're right. You want to focus on yourself as much as anything. Sure.
After this game, we get like one game in like 2 weeks. How beneficial is that going to be for Mike? I mean, it's going to be beneficial for everybody.
Yeah.
It just seems like he keeps trying to get back into it, and it's just not quite there.
And I think we'll probably make some decisions here about maybe just pulling him all together until he can completely heal. Because I think that's maybe what he's most comfortable with, and I'm going to talk to our training staff, medical staff about it. Is that potentially the right decision to make? Obviously, he wants to get back. We desperately want him back in the lineup, and we need him. You know, we need him. But he was obviously playing really well before he got hurt. But with ankles, it may be the right thing to just kind of let it heal, limit anything he does until he can be completely confident in his strength.
Could it be like a season thing?
No, I don't. No, I don't think so. No. Yeah, no. I don't think it's a season thing at all. But I'm saying, you know, do you look at it? I got to talk to the training staff, but you just pull him out of things for the next 2 weeks, until he can completely heal.
If you have to do that, is that almost like starting over if you're out that long before?
With him, his conditioning is such that I don't think it'll be, because he did obviously have some games under his belt, I don't think it'll be like starting over, but it'll be a setback for sure. There's nothing he can do about it. There's nothing we can do about it. Injuries are part of it. It'll be a setback for him, but you know, if we could get him come league play to get back to full strength, that would be great.
You've seen from Kyle in the extra minutes he's gotten with Mike out. How has he maybe progressed in the first couple of games?
I think he's gotten more comfortable. You know, we've tried to keep things pretty simple for him, but I think he's gotten more comfortable. You can tell, kind of bit by bit, game by game, he just feels a little more comfortable in what he understanding of his role and what he can do to help the team. That's probably been the biggest thing. I would hope that would continue for him, and expect it to continue. That's probably been the biggest thing. He was obviously important for us yesterday, and being able to help defend Hap.
Coach, how would you evaluate the play of Caleb Wesley since he's come in and sort of stepped into that starting role?
It's been good. You know, it's been good. I think you know, as always with coaches, you know, there's things we feel like he can continue to improve in, but man, he's given us a great lift coming in, and with obviously the injury and the depth issues we have there. He was in a little bit of a foul trouble yesterday, but he fought through it. He's got some really incredible matchups here. He had a really tough matchup with the Clemson big, who's a really good player. You know, he's got a guy in Happ who's an All-American, and he's got a future NBA player he's going to play against tomorrow night. So, you know, I think all those things are challenges I'm sure he looks forward to.